All right, my friends, so I'm taking old Pablo for a walk, and I figured I'd share with you my I Love Fossil Fuels t-shirt. Had a number of people, I'll say a huge amount, a few, unsubscribe and un-email me, and email me or unsubscribe from the podcast or the YouTube channel, unsubscribe from my email list, and email me. It's just odd. Like, I don't care. People do what they want to do, but it's just strange how look, man, how thin-skinned people are. So that's why I want to show you my I Love Fossil Fuel shirt. So there's no getting around the fact that I am not at all a climate change alarmist in the least. I laugh at those people. I am 100% a lover of Jesus Christ without question, as he is of me. I am a sinner, right? And I do things that I am ashamed I will continue to do as a sinner does. No way am I perfect. I just state the things I see as the way I see it. My expertise is in financial planning, but I'm a well-read guy, and so I also comment on other topics. If you don't want to subscribe or listen to it, don't. Like I've always said, this is cathartic for me. It's my way of being shut up for 20 years in corporate America where I couldn't say a word, even though weird how the corporations could. Very odd. You couldn't say anything, but they could say whatever they wanted. Now I have the chance to just say what I want to say, and I'm going to keep doing that. So, thin skin or not, I actually, I'll never forget, I'm a member of the MSB, the Jack Spirko Survival Podcast Group, and that's I forgot what MSB stands for, but anyway, I pay like $50 a year to be on his group where he gets discounts and stuff like that. And it's funny because Jack, at first I was taken aback by it actually. And I imagine, as some people are being, but as you develop an audience and a following of sorts, you realize that the people who share opinions with you may or may not be representative, but they're just one person out there. But it's not the whole representative of everybody, if that makes sense. But anyway, so I'll never forget on some of Jack's comments where I initially were just woo. They weren't pulling punches. Let's put it that way. Very true, very I don't want to say it's almost not mean spirited, but very. He didn't pull punches, like I was just saying. And I remember a lot of people say, and I thought it was funny. It's like, man, you're going to take your audience off. But he just said, I'm going to just, look, I'll never get like, hey, you idiot. I don't think Jack was doing that, but a lot more brutal towards people than I would be. And I just remember thinking, man, how do you retain your audience? Because, look, people listen to me to hear the truth. And sometimes the truth hurts. Sometimes they might not believe in the truth as I see it. But I just say what I see, and that's why, they don't have to listen. And I always thought that was pretty interesting. And Rush Limbaugh used to say that too. He goes, look, the people call in, you got a vast audience of people who don't call in. The vast majority of people don't call in. And so he just, he kind of takes it with a grain of salt, the people who do, because they don't represent the audience necessarily. Now they might, you don't know, but Rush says, look, the vast majority of people just don't call in, don't comment on YouTube, don't email, and it is what it is. And so the issue that comes to anyone who's commenting on whatever is you got to say what you believe and just let the chips fall where they may. Because if you don't, people aren't going to take it seriously because they'll say, well, he's a scallywag, a chameleon. You know what I'm saying? A guy changes his thoughts on whatever. And there's nothing in there of any substance. It's all basically whatever the situation is at hand. He doesn't have a true thought. And I've never been like that. That doesn't mean I'm right. Just I've never been like that, and I never will be. I'm going to say what's on my mind as a way to share my opinion. And again, it's cathartic. I think it helps a lot of people. And if it ticks you off in some regard, that's too bad. Anyway, so one guy just unsubscribed, and I was kind of disappointed in him because he had spoke my accolades of how much I've helped, and I was like sitting there. It's just this, I don't know. I don't want to say depressing. It's disappointing is the word. I'm like, really? Because of what I said about Chick-fil-A, and now you're like, he can do whatever he wants, and I don't care if I thought it's weird to me. I was like, of all the stuff where you singing my praises, and the one thing about Chick-fil-A, now you're not going to subscribe. It's weird to me. But you have a right to do that. And as I said on YouTube, I have a right, like for instance, going back to the Chick-fil-A stuff, people are like, dude, why are we telling Chick-fil-A how to spend their money? We're not telling Chick-fil-A how to spend their money. We're saying we don't appreciate the way you're spending it. That's exactly what we're saying. So you used to spend it like this, and now you're not. And we know why you're not. It's because you're appealing to the mob of leftists. I mean, that's exactly, they can spend their money any way they want. We can certainly have a right to say that's nuts the way you guys are doing this, because you're literally appeasing to people who don't love you. They hate you. And yet for some reason you think you're going to gather favor with these guys, and it never works like that. And so we all know what's going on here. And yet people are like, ooh, I don't get it, man. Like, it's kind of like with the Patriots should re-sign Antonio Brown. They need a good wide receiver. I think, their offense is hurting a little bit. Tom Brady's getting old. They should re-sign this guy. All right, so does that mean that, how dare you say what the Patriots should do with Antonio Brown or the wide receiver core? No. You have a right to express an opinion. You have a right to say, I'm disappointed that you did sign Antonio Brown, or I'm disappointed that you released him. Or Chick-fil-A, I'm disappointed that you appeased the freaking people who hate you. If anything, what Chick-fil-A, in my opinion, should have done, they should have doubled down. They said, we're trying to help the homeless. Salvation Army is one of the best organizations in which to help the homeless. So as much as this might bother people, we truly have a mission to help the homeless. Thus, we're going to double down on our dealings with the groups that are the best at doing that. Salvation Army is one of them. If you want to donate to other organizations that help the homeless, by all means do so. But until you can prove that there's a better organization to help the homeless than the Salvation Army, we're going to continue to do that. That's what they should have done. Now, they didn't, because they're trying to go into liberal enclaves. So everyone knows this. This isn't rocket science. And they're trying to appease the people that wish them ill will. And I just sit there and think, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't get you in good graces with those people. And it doesn't get you in good graces with the people who have been there. The boycott, and that's what I keep telling people. I'm not boycotting them. What I would do, because I don't like Chick-fil-A's food all that much. I can't stand their shakes. They're nasty. But what I've always done is a boycott. I go out of my way, if we're on the road to get fast food for whatever reason, to go to Chick-fil-A. That's what we do. If there's a stop on 95, we say, in 5 miles there's a stop for Chick-fil-A. Let's hit that one instead. That's a boycott. We go out of our way for Chick-fil-A. It's actually a rhyme. We go out of our way for Chick-fil-A. And now we won't do that anymore. It's no big deal. But it's just because it's disappointing. Because we've seen this story a million times a Sunday. And it never stops with, not giving money to Salvation Army. It always goes further. And you hear the radical LGBT alphabet folks who are saying, we're cautiously optimistic, but until they actually disown groups that are hostile to our wishes, we don't think they're serious. So it's just like they always want more. And you always have to say, no, we're not even going down that road to begin with. We are who we are, you be who you are, and all's good. But they don't do that, and that's too bad. It's disappointing. And I don't know how, ooh, watch out, buddy. Yikes, nasty, trash. And I guess that can be offensive to some that take the stance on it. It is what it is, man. It's the way I feel. I'll continue to state the stuff I feel. I have many people who would get mad at me because of my take on investment management fees. Don't care. It's the way I feel. Again, if you can validate your concern about the reason for someone to pay 1% of assets, that's fine. I challenge that, and that's fine. You don't have to subscribe. I'd be disappointed if you didn't, but I'm not going to jump off a bridge over it or anything like that. I kind of chuckle when people say, oh, you're such a big help. Oh, this Chick-fil-A thing, I'm out. It just is weird to me. What else? I posted a thing today about some lawyer on advisorperspectives.com saying how if you did an irrevocable trust, you could qualify for Medicaid. And I said, woo, that's great. I'm glad that Medicaid is in such good shape. That way people with assets can use the program that's geared to people with no assets. And I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of pushback on that, like, ooh, as I always do, because it's fun. It's fun to point out hypocrisy. It's fun to point out what people are taking advantage of the rules where they shouldn't be. And it can be legal, it can be whatever, but it's just fun for me to point that out because, like I said, it's cathartic because I've seen all this stuff and it's not right. It's not right to take advantage of the rules that aren't supposed to be there to benefit you. It's not right to push people, push them. Then when they finally say yes, to say, no, we want more. It's not right. That's bad. And what has to happen is the people who know this have to stand up and say, no, stop. No one's gonna freaking lock you up and put you up against the wall except one side of the political aisle, and it's about time for the other side of the political aisle to say, no, we're not capitulating anymore. Stop this. Doesn't mean we're going to say, oh, like, because they want more and more and more. And you got to stop at some point and say, we don't have more to give. Now it's time to come to meet in the middle. And that's the thing with like gay marriage. Dude, you guys won. The vast majority of the people on my side are now okay with it. It wasn't always like that. It was a quick 10 years ago that Obama and Hillary were adamantly against it. And now even, the right wingers, so to speak, are like, yeah, all right, whatever. No harm, no foul. It's okay. And that's why I said the people on the left can't take yes for an answer. They want more. They want more. I'm like, look, you guys won that fight. You guys did. The fight's been waged and we lost. Now, I wish they would have done it by vote. They did do it by vote, and the courts overturned it, so it just shows you the citizens have no right. But at the end of the day, this isn't something that people on my side are going to wage, fly their flag on anymore. It's over. You guys won. Stop. Be happy with the victories and say, hey, life is pretty good. Let's move on. Yeah, it's just crazy. Anyway, so just a little bit cathartic. Like I say, cathartic. That's my word of the day, I guess. I like being cathartic. It just relieves me, lets me get my point of view across. Again, you don't have to listen. You don't have to agree. You can unsubscribe. But I'm just going to keep what I do. That's it. I enjoy it. I think other people like it. I think other people find it helpful. And if not, I do find it helpful for myself. And because I find it helpful for myself, I'm going to keep doing it. Always remember, I love fossil fuels. All right, we'll see you.